Hi, this is Kelly with Amazing Mascots and the How to Be a Mascot blog, and today we're going to talk about how to clean your mascot head. Before you do this, you need to talk to your mascot costume manufacturer and see what they say on how you should be cleaning your head. You need to know what your head is made out of. If it is made out of fiberglass or paper mache, you cannot get it wet. You will ruin the costume. You need to figure out what type of foam it's made out of or what type of plastic, and if it's okay that it can be washed. And right now I'm going to show you the different types of foams that are used to make mascot heads. Here we have several different types of foams that are used to make mascot heads. The soft ones are called open cell, as you can see. You can see the pores in the open cells inside. These are called ethofoam, which as you can see are also very rigid. They're closed cell on the front, and on the side they're a little bit open, but they don't really retain water. And our final pieces here are what we use to make our mascot head, and this is called closed-celled cross-link foam, and it comes in both white and charcoal. As you can see, it's pretty rigid, but then also flexible. It comes in a bunch of different thicknesses. This is 3/4. The benefit of using a closed-cell foam versus an open-cell foam is basically there in the name. Open cell means that it has open cells that can absorb water or sweat, which can then become bacteria, mold. This closed cell does not do that. As you see, if you were to take an open cell foam and run it under the water, it absorbs that water. So just think about that. If you're sweating in a mascot head, do you want a head that's going to absorb the sweat and keep that there and keep it funky? That's why, to use a closed cell foam, there's no open cells for the water to get in. So that just means that your head is not going to retain sweat, it's not going to retain odor as much. We advocate using a closed cell foam in your head. By doing this, we can see that this is a soft foam, which means it's open celled. All of this is made out of a soft foam, which means that, and as you can see inside, this is a soft foam, which means that it's going to soak up all of the water that is in this head. It's going to soak it up like a sponge. And this here is filter foam, this is upholstery foam. This actually isn't how we make our costumes anymore, but we're going to show you how to clean a head that is made out of open-celled foam. First thing you would want to do is get a sort of stand. Right here we have a stanchion in the shower area, which is going to keep it from getting too wet everywhere. So you want to have it something to rest the head on, because since, like I said, this is an open-celled foam head, it is going to absorb all the water, and it can possibly cause the head to lose its shape. So you kind of want to get as minimal amount of water in it as possible and make sure that it has something inside there to keep its shape. Now to clean it, what we do is instead of putting any detergent over it, what I've done is watered down some detergent and put it in a spray bottle. So the first thing I'm going to do is spray down the head, and especially here we see some dirt. You also want to make sure the bottle is mixed up. You don't want to put too much soap on it because it's just going to be hard to get out. You're going to, even with this little amount of soap, it's going to take a lot of rinsings to get out. You also see here on the top of the head it's dirty, so I'm definitely going to want to soak that in and kind of scrub it in to help it get the dirt out. And next on mascots, if it's possible, it's best to have them removable so they can get washed, because necks always soak up as much sweat as possible. But since this is an eagle and this is his ruffles and they go over his shirt, this neck couldn't have been detached. But if you do have a neck that you tuck into a jersey or anything, see if you can have it designed so that it unzippers or it comes off with Velcros, and then it can be washed so that you don't have to hand wash it like this. Because you'll notice that most of the odor and stink on your mascot head will be in the neck, because that's where it absorbs all the sweat and you don't really wash it that often. And now, before we put the water on it, what I was saying about you need to figure out what type of material your head is made out of before you even wash it, because if it's paper mache, you absolutely cannot get it wet. It will destroy the head. So paper mache, first off, you need a new costume, because paper mache is a really obsolete way of making a costume. Also fiberglass. Fiberglass is a head. You're not going to want to do this. You won't be able to do this method on a fiberglass head. Also, we don't recommend fiberglass. Fiberglass is another obsolete, outdated construction method. You should probably look into getting a new head. But so now that we've got a chance, the soap, let it soak in, rough up those dirty parts, and now we're going to start washing it. This is going to take a little while. The most important part is you're going to want to get all the soap out. So you're going to have to keep going through this a lot until there's no more soap popping up. Also, the mouth screen is where a lot of sweat and breath goes, so you really want to make sure to clean out that mouth screen, because it's probably pretty rare that that gets clean. Since this is an open-celled foam, you don't want to get too much water in there, but we're going to do this just because it's a rare kind of annual cleaning, just to let it get all that sweat and funk that's out there. Honestly, it's actually ideal to have your head made out of a closed-cell foam. That means that the foam does not have open pores to soak up water. But here we're showing you how to clean a open-cell foam head. And now that it has been cleaned, obviously gonna need to let it drip. It's gonna take about a day to dry. And what we do is, since we have this nice contained shower stall, and that is we take a carpet vacuum and turn that on. We'll leave it here for a day to drain all the water off and to dry. And now that your costume head is dry, as you can see, it's a little bit matted where the fur is. You're gonna want to brush it out. You don't want to use a pet brush, because pet brushes are actually designed to take out the undercoat and can actually cause your costume to go bald. So what you want is a wig brush, which is designed to not pull out the strands. So now you just brush it and fluff your costume back up. And then while you're cleaning, you can see that you need little repairs here. It's a good time to assess what needs to be done to your head. And there you go, you have a nice, clean mascot head that does not smell like sweat and body odor. And to keep your costume clean in between washing, like, you don't want to wash it all the time because it will eventually cause your head to kind of break down. You want to spot clean it as much as possible and give it a good thorough cleaning. Every 6 months or so, you might need to wash the neck a little bit more often than that, and you can do that by just simply putting that neck into a tub of water, swishing it around, rinsing it out. But then again, that's also why we advocate having a detachable neck, so that way you can just detach your neck, throw it in the washing machine, put it back on, save yourself some time. To keep your head clean in between uses, what we normally do is take a mixture. It's either, you can use mouthwash. You want to use the amber color mouthwash, the antiseptic, which is antibacterial. You don't want to use the green stuff because that will cause your head to get sticky. You could either use the amber colored mouthwash, or you could use a very inexpensive vodka, and you mix it 50-50 with water in a spray bottle. You spray it inside, and that will kill the bacteria and odor. You also need to make sure you put it on a fan after you spray it so it dries out. The big part of keeping your head from smelling is keeping it dry. After every appearance, you want to put it on a fan. And that's how you clean your mascot head. Be sure to follow our YouTube channel for more how-to videos. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at Amazing Mascots. Thanks and have a great day.